Computer. There it is, everybody. Welcome back to the
Hey everyone, we are
show.
back. I'm going to chat a little bit about Bitcoin, Ethereum. We had a little bit of a bear market going, but
I
that
know.
seems to be
What do you
stabilizing.
think is going on? I'm gonna be the interviewing you almost. Like, what do you think is going on right now?
I think there was some correlation with the downturn in the markets a little bit last week, and it hasn't really recovered. But I do think we're exponentially growing, and I think DeFi is one excellent example. There's still plays to be made, especially in the altcoins, that some of them are rallying. Saw little rallies in BAT, some
Compound.
other altcoins like VeChain held its own pretty well. There's a lot of opportunity out there, and we think Ethereum is kind of, or at least I think Ethereum is really a key to it, and that's why this article here shows Bitcoiners, the old school Bitcoiners that were purists, are really moving their way into Ethereum,
Yeah.
which is going to begin to eat some of the lunch of Bitcoin and allow for Ethereum to outperform. So you had even Andreas Antonopoulos, one of the original OG Bitcoiners. He was saying he would use some of his Bitcoin to wrap it to use DeFi. And
Nice.
he's one of the old school purists. So the Bitcoiners are beginning to admit, look, the Bitcoin protocol is great. It's the king. It's valuable, but it is not functionally capable like Ethereum is for something like
Yeah.
DeFi. So what Andreas was saying is you have two choices with your Bitcoin. You can either take that Bitcoin and get, say, 100,000 of some penny coin, which we sort of recommend actually. He doesn't, he's more conservative. He would like to put it in a DeFi where his Bitcoin is safe and he
Mm-hmm.
receives a predictable yield, which I think is a valid point really. And to do that, you need Ethereum, and that's really bullish in my opinion for Ethereum. And I
Yes.
was just saying earlier, I think if you could have one Bitcoin or the equivalent, let's say what it is now, I don't know, 20 Ethereum, I
Yeah.
think by the end of the year, you're going to see that equivalent Ethereum be worth 2 Bitcoin or so. It's going to considerably outperform, I think, because of this.
Absolutely. It's going on with 2.0 coming out. You know what I mean? So many like DeFi's on the, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Different drafts on the, you know what I mean, on the blockchain. It's just like it's growing.
And Ethereum is growing in its functionality for, like,
Yeah.
South Korea has begun to use it. Then Colombia down in Central America, they're using it now to fight corruption. So Ethereum's more acceptable to the governments, whereas Bitcoin's like a rogue
It
that
is.
that is not accepted. So,
Even in Venezuela, I heard they're actually using a little bit of Ethereum, believe it or
oh yeah,
not. It's
it makes
great.
sense.
Yeah. The government is actually investing in Venezuela more and more into payment systems because of their finance. You know, it's just in disarray because of hyperinflation. They're actually investing more into cryptocurrency in general, but Ethereum and obviously Bit having those payment options, and people are
Yeah,
actually utilizing it. It's like a first case scenario. I've never heard of it, man. I mean, look at it in the majority. I mean, there's somewhat adoption. There's just not obviously mainstream adoption as there
that's
normally is.
right.
Venezuela is like, man, the guinea pig of the majority. I'm starting to kind of keep a close eye and watch out for it.
Right.
It's kind of cool to be able to see
And
it.
with Colombia, Colombia is working with the World Economic Forum.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Oh, okay.
corruption in Colombia, and
Yeah.
they're going to use smart contracts on Ethereum as, imagine if instead of some corrupt person, you could do a smart contract, and you for sure the people got what was they deserved.
Absolutely. It's out in the public. It's right.
And
Everybody know. Yeah, exactly. It's out in the open. No one's actually going to be like, oh, what is this? You know what I mean? No,
it's really
yeah.
beneficial, I think, to the not just the country but the people. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? And knowing that they have their own private keys, you know, this, and I get it.
And I've said before years ago, actually before DeFi even happened, and I was thinking more ETH 2.0 as like staking and getting interest on your staking in ETH. I think DeFi obliterates traditional banking. Why
Yeah,
in the world would you take your 0%? And there's problems, glitches. Remember we discussed Chase Manhattan had a glitch, and
absolutely.
then how do you prove if I had 10,000 in Chase or 5,000? I don't. I have no private keys. I have no way of proving this.
If
It's
everybody know, it's Chase that actually had a glitch over the weekend. Actually, I'm a Chase account holder, and our account actually got our account balance was not reflective of what we thought was in
right,
there.
right. And I think
People
also,
reporting $1,000 to $2,000 losses, or like
right,
almost and the negative, and it really all of a sudden they rectified it, of course,
right.
but it was just like still just like that kind of control. And then
And
the
how
question
long
I
does
thought
it
was
take?
cool.
How long does it take for them to board up the windows and tell you can't go
Yeah,
in?
exactly. And
Right.
how do, and remember I told you this yesterday too when we were talking to private is how do you prove how much money you have in that account, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's right.
I don't know about you, some of us have like 3 or 4 accounts, you know what I mean, or two
Yeah,
bank accounts, you know what I mean? Like
right.
sometimes I don't keep track to the exact decimal. You know what I mean? As far
Right,
as
or you don't have your ATM receipt or whatever.
come on, man. So I'm guessing roughly how much I think it is. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
just like I can't go in there and be like, if they told me I have less than 1,000 or 2,000 less, and be like, or 10,000 less, and be like, this is how much I have.
Well,
I'm
and
going off of their
imagine,
statements.
what is the point of a bank savings account at 0%?
I know
So
0.02 in the CD. That's okay. 0.01. You're right.
so
0.0.
DeFi, even if you've got say 3% DeFi, that's crushing the bank.
It is.
So this is I've sort of dreamed of this, and it's finally really manifesting. I would say get in early, get in on either staking coins like Ethereum, get in on some of the DeFi projects like MakerDAO. It was also discussed World Economic Forum,
Yeah.
or right, more recently Compound, but there's a few others.
Yeah, some of these apps are making it, or the drafts are making it easier to get in. Like I like Dharma, for instance. Actually,
Yeah.
I bought some MakerDAO basically on Dharma. It's pretty cool, man. Easy platform. Take it right out of your debit card, right there into an account. You're basically staking right then and there. It's kind of cool. You know what I mean? To be able to, and they haven't done it completely, but I think there's a little bit of a hold. But you're able to buy Ethereum directly on there without any cost, zero.
Nice.
Zero.
Sort of Robinhood.
Yeah, it's unheard of. I think it's kind of
And
cool.
I think we saw Bank of America today announce basically Bitcoin and Ethereum are similar to cash. The tide is turning. It's a matter of time, and I think right now you're getting a little bit of a discount. So
it's one word, man. It's Blockbuster. Nobody wants to be that company, right?
That's right.
Worth $9 billion. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna actually turn. You know what I mean? These VHS.
Oh, I think 10 years from now you'll be hearing people say, they used to trust somebody else to hold their money. No more trust. That's crypto.
That's ludicrous. Who does that?
Yeah. No.
They went into a brick and mortar store and actually deposit their money. Really?
Yeah. Oh, and another one.
What are these things?
And another one we're really big on was Chainlink, and they've been added to a whole bunch of projects. And we've reached out to Chainlink and maybe interviewing somebody from Chainlink.
Yes, we are.
Ryan Hagedorn. We'll see how that goes. We're still pretty small, but he's agreed to an interview, so we're going to give that a go and dive into Chainlink and really understand its future. I think it's one of the most bullish coins of 2020, so we're going to try and bring that value to you.
Hey, only coin that I know of, maybe you could school me on this, actually already hit his market cap that actually, it's all-time high. There's no other coin in the market that has done that. Everybody else is trying to catch up.
And it's massively growing. It's taking off all over the world, in China recently. So we're going to try and bring a really deep dive into Chainlink so you can look into that opportunity more than just short term, maybe long term. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great long term play. Absolutely, from where it's at right now to where it's going to be. It's gonna be huge. It's needed for everything. That Oracle is needed for anything. So
that's right.
Want to read more?
All right, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button.
Yes.
Make sure to show us a little love. It's not going to cost you a penny. Smash it.
Absolutely. If you listen to podcasts, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. We're trying to incentivize that. Maybe give you guys a little tidbit as far as what we're holding, what we're actually are in at the moment, right at time. Kind of incentivize it, for your time for giving us a 5-star review on any platform, Google Play, Stitcher. We're going to be on Spotify pretty soon. We're on iTunes Connect already, so make sure you leave us a 5-star review and let us know what you think about the podcast. And please give us some questions of what you want to hear.
Oh, and if you like our deep dives into things like Chainlink, we may offer a Patreon where we can do some one-on-ones if you want a little more deep dive.
Absolutely, add more deep dive as far as bring it to the space, right? Yeah. So many intangibles into it.
That's right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys, and have a good one.
You too.
Keep it crypto.
I love that.